So welcome back guys for another update video in Anime Vanguards, update 1.75. Yes, not update 2, just got announced, and today we're going to talk about this much smaller update compared to what we were supposed to be getting. Update 1.75 is kind of crazy though, so we're going to talk about it today and also check out the sneak peek. By the way, at 4K subscribers, we're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways, such as giveaways with the bundles, gem bundles, or gold giveaways right here, trade 3 rolls as well, and also some game passes, such as the VIP Game Pass, Premium Pass, and also, if you join the Discord link, both of the Discord link down below, if I get to 100 invites, we are going to be doing another giveaway. We just did an Anime Vanguard and AnimeDefenders giveaway, so if you guys join the Discords down below, you're also going to be part of even more giveaways, so join the Discords, and also subscribe for 40k subscriber giveaway. Let's get this video going. Alright, so I don't really want to yap too much. I'll try to keep this video short and try to reach that 8-minute mark for that money because update 1.75 is about to release and I need a lot of money, okay? So, without enough yapping, I personally think I will make a separate video for this, again, for money, obviously. But update 1.75, in my opinion, is kind of crazy because update 1 was actually nearly a month ago. I think update 1 released actually around October, which is kind of crazy. But let's actually talk about the sneak peek first before we kind of complain about update 1.75, why it might be good and why it might also be bad. But update 1.75 is going to feature Dio, and I would actually go crazy if this is another Requiem unit or whatever rare unit they call it. What do they call that unit again? Requiem. So it's Vanguard actually. So it's actually called Vanguard. I don't know where it got Requiem from, but it's actually Vanguard. So if this is actually a secret unit that's hard to obtain or another Vanguard unit, I'm actually gonna be pissed as hell. But from what we are seeing, I don't think it's gonna be a Vanguard unit. Number one, because the VFX isn't as good as Diavolo's VFX, and also because of the backlash they got with Diavolo and how many people absolutely hated it. I don't think they're gonna make the same mistake twice. But update 1.75 features Dio, which is kind of crazy. It's gonna be releasing in update 1.75, and personally, a lot of people really love Dio, and I love him as well as a character and also as a unit. However, I'm really starting to worry with update 1.75 and the way Anime Vanguards handle things, because if you guys go take a look at Anime Vanguards numbers right now, they're performing really terribly. Right now, Anime Vanguards is doing like 20,803, which is actually even lower before, but thanks to the sneak peek, I think it actually is much higher now. Then if you take a look at games like Anime Reborn, which updated about a week ago, they have 22.3 thousand players. But Anime Reborn will actually be updating, I believe they will be updating this week, or they might actually be updating next week. I think there's a high chance that an update could be releasing this week, but there's also a high chance that it could release next week. Yeah, because Anime Reborn is actually just crazy with their updates. They've been able to release, I think, 2 updates already in the span of about a month since their release. And that's actually kind of crazy because Anime Vanguards is a huge game, but it's getting outperformed by games like Anime Reborn and even Anime Last Stand. But it just goes to show that these updates aren't as engaging as they thought it would be. Because if they were as engaging as they thought it would be, after they updated, they should still be able to keep a huge amount of the players that they get. Because after updates, they have like 70,000-80,000 players. But then after a while, they drop to 20,000. Because it just goes to show that no matter how much quality you have in these updates, after a while, your game is just gonna lose players. It doesn't matter how quality it was. After a while, once they're finished with it, it's gonna be gone. This is why I've always been saying, even to the developers, to focus more on quality, on a balance of quantity instead of an excess of quality. Because just focusing entirely on quality is always gonna be very risky and also very bad for players. Because again, no matter how good your update is, if they're done with it after just like 5 days, because after 5 days, 3 days, Anime Vanguards already loses a lot of players, then what's the point, right? And if you take a look at games like Anime Reborn, they're able to update every 2 weeks. After like a week or so, they lose like 10,000 players, or half of the player count that they got on their update. But then they're gonna update after another week, so they're gonna gain that back. But for Anime Vanguards, or rather I think the dry period, I think the way to call it is the dry period. The Anime Vanguards dry period is way longer compared to these other games, so they are at a very low point for a very long time compared to these other games that, you know, update more often, so they're able to get their player base, you know, much more satisfied, I believe, and also they're able to push their player base up because they update more often. I hope eventually Anime Vanguards finally realizes that this method of just focusing entirely on quality is not really the best way to take it, because it's really showing with the numbers that they have. Anime Vanguards is only at 20,000 players right now, and they're the biggest tower defense out there. It just goes to show that when there's nothing to do, no matter how good it's made, people will leave it. People will stop playing the game. So in my opinion, they should probably either hire more developers, get more developers, cut down on quality, and in order to focus on releasing updates a little bit more often. Now, in that spirit, I do believe that they're trying to do that, because if you take a look at this, update 1.75 is going to be releasing. So what essentially that means is they are trying to release update 1.75 and not make players wait much longer for the much bigger update 2.0, because as you guys can see right here, update 2.0 is a huge update with tons of content, and they did admit that it will take time. And that's honestly something that you do not want to hear from the Anime Vanguards developers, because when they say something will take time, it's going to 100% take time. So I think what they're trying to do right here is to make sure that players are going to get a dose of content before they're going to be releasing their biggest update, update 2. But the problem here, if you guys haven't noticed yet, it's they're still in update 2 compared to Anime Reborn, who's already in update 2 after like less than a month of being released, and they've already been released for like Anime Vanguards has already been released for like 2-3 months already, and they're only on update 1.75. Now I know that they did update 0.5, update 1, and then update 1.1, and then update 1.5. But honestly, all those updates really aren't that big, because update 0.5 is relatively small, update 1.1 is really small, update 1.5 is very small, and update 1 isn't even that insanely big. So I think what's really showing right here, and what's the biggest problem right here, is Anime Vanguards has a really big problem when it comes to development, because their updates are taking time. Not only taking time, but the amount of stuff that they get done given a short period, or given a period of time, is actually not that much. So instead of being able to release a big update like update 2, they have to resort to releasing a much smaller update 1.75 because they can't get a bigger update 2 done on time, which I think is really weird, because I believe that since update 1.5 took time, I really do feel like since update 1.5 is just a part of a bigger, or just a part of a bigger update, I really do feel like that while they were working on update 1.5, they could have been working on update 2 as well, and could have potentially, you know, released or gotten update 2 finished by now. But that's just not the case. Update 1.1 has passed, update 1.5 has passed, and update 2 is still not going to be releasing anytime soon. It's going to take some time according to them. So I think really what's the problem right here is them not being able to get these things done on time and having to resort to, you know, releasing much smaller updates, because that's what it's going to be. Update 1.75 is going to be a much smaller update compared to update 2. And I think a lot of people are gonna hate that, because even if it is going to be releasing sooner, it's not going to be as much content as we expected. So yeah, that kind of really sucks. I think it's the best way to frame it. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.